There's been a lot of talk about AI replacing artists for a while now. LEGO themselves even gave it a go a few months ago with some pretty horrific results. And as somebody whose livelihood depends on making my own minifigure renders, it got me wondering, should I be worried? To find out, I fed ChatGPT some of my minifigure scripts, had it spit out a new script based off them, and in this video I'm going to fully recreate the minifigure as described in this AI script, and after I finish my figure, I'll ask ChatGPT to generate its own render based on the same design to see whose is better. To add to this, I'll also narrate my time-lapses using the same AI script to find out just how replaceable I am. This is the exact prompt I used for this. You can pause and read it if you're interested. And with that, let's get started on Elise the Archivist. For Elise's hair, I decided on LEGO Part ID 25211, short bob hairstyle with side bangs. I chose dark orange, LEGO Color ID 38, for the hair color to give her a warm yet vibrant look that contrasts her otherwise cool-toned outfit. The face is printed on a light nougat headpiece, LEGO Color ID 283. I started with a soft, approachable expression, slightly arched eyebrows and a confident smile. A faint sprinkle of freckles was added using a dark orange tone. Her eyes were adjusted to include a light azure blue glow, suggesting augmented vision tech. Her right temple has a small printed circuit detail in silver metallic, LEGO Color ID 131. I added a custom fitted transparent visor clipped to the hairpiece, similar to Part ID 93555PB01. Elise's torso is printed on a bright bluish grey torso piece, LEGO Color ID 194. Her outfit includes 1. A buttoned vest in medium azure, LEGO Color ID 321. The vest features intricate stitching details in dark blue and a small pin symbolizing a library sigil on the left breast pocket. 2. A white shirt underneath with rolled up sleeves. Minimal creases and a subtle shadow gradient were added for depth. 3. A glowing holographic panel on her left shoulder, printed using transparent fluorescent blue and silver metallic. It depicts scrolling text, adding to her futuristic aesthetic. Balancing the modern tech design while retaining the librarian theme was tough. I repeatedly adjusted the vest's shape to ensure it looked sleek yet functional. The waist is jewel molded in dark bluish grey, ID 199, and bright blue, ID 23. The design includes a utility belt with a tiny holstered pen stylus and a pocket-sized data tablet printed in dark tan. Her legs were jewel molded as well. Bright blue upper section for her pants with subtle fabric creases, dark bluish grey lower section with printed boots that include silver metallic soles. The right leg features a printed glowing hollow map strapped to the thigh in transparent fluorescent blue, while the left leg has a small printed pouch with a bright yellow accent. Elise's arms are printed asymmetrically. Right arm features rolled up sleeves with glowing green circuits extending down to her wrist. The printing is in lime green, LEGO Color ID 27, and bright green, LEGO Color ID 28. Left arm includes a printed digital interface for interacting with holographic archives, details in medium azure and transparent fluorescent green. Due to her posed figure, the arm prints were partially hidden. I had to anticipate which details would remain visible in the final render. Elise comes with 2 unique accessories. 1. Hollow library tome, built using a 2x2 transparent book piece with printed glowing glyphs in silver metallic and transparent blue. 2. Augmented reality wand, a custom assembled accessory using Part ID 30374, a wand piece, modified with a glowing tip in transparent green. For her pose, I chose a dynamic stance. Elise stands slightly angled, her left hand holding the tome aloft while the right wields the wand. Her head tilts slightly as if analyzing data, and her glowing visor reflects the tome's blue light. Photoshop was used to add subtle light effects to the tome and wand, enhancing their futuristic glow. This project tested my ability to combine organic and cybernetic elements in a cohesive design. Deciding on the jewel molding color balance and ensuring the prints aligned properly across multiple pieces were significant challenges, but the end result felt like a true fusion of tradition and innovation. And there you have it, Elise the Archivist. Let me know if you want to clarify any part of the process. Okay, back to real me now. And before I asked ChatGPT to render its own version of Elise, I wanted to point out some issues and quirks I found in this process. First things first, you may have noticed that I used transparent blue and transparent green ink for some details in this figure. For obvious reasons, this isn't possible and fairly redundant either way, so I had to ask for a substitute and it said I could use these colors instead. You also may have noticed the jewel molded waist piece, which is an interesting innovation I wasn't expecting to see. Again, I asked to clarify exactly how it was jewel molded, which was one thing, but what's interesting here is that ChatGPT was cool with inventing this completely new type of piece, but when I asked about how the arms were printed, it explicitly said that they were not jewel molded because jewel molded arms aren't feasible with existing LEGO production methods. apparently. What a weird, like, imaginary line to draw. This brings me neatly into the next thing, which was that ChatGPT didn't really care about matching the base color of the plastic to the print at all. Like, the torso was dark bluish grey for some reason, when a white or a medium azure would make way more sense for the print. The arms were especially egregious here, since the design is just human arms with rolled up white sleeves, which is the perfect use case for dual molded white and light nougat arms. But instead, it insisted the base colors be light bluish grey, which would apparently match the white shirt sleeves underneath, somehow, and medium azure, which it bizarrely justified by saying it would reflect the digital interface's primary color palette, which is a pretty nothing statement, to be honest. Intuitively, this is how I and probably everyone else would have chosen the base plastic colors, but I'm not the designer here. I asked it in the initial prompt to include part IDs, and my logic here was to use these IDs to find a specific hairpiece in the event that it gave like a vague description of like long curly hair or something like that. What I wasn't expecting was for it to include the color IDs as well, and for them to be surprisingly accurate sometimes. I was expecting it to be completely RNG, so to see any success here was pretty surprising. And the last thing I'll mention is that it described the torso having a small pin symbolizing a library sigil, and I had no idea what to make of that, so I asked for a visual description of it to base my design off. I eventually ended up with this design based on these responses, but I was curious exactly what it had in mind, so I asked it to render an image of the sigil, and it spat out this, which just reeked of AI, and it was just absurdly detailed for something supposed to be printed on a minifigure's torso. This was a surprisingly fun exercise though, and I was really happy with how distinct and interesting looking the figure turned out to be. I was concerned going into it that it would just be completely generic and devoid of character, but there was actually some like interesting design elements here. And now I'll ask ChatGPT to try it themselves and render a minifigure based on all of the information given to this point. I have genuinely no idea what to expect here. Like, this could look exactly like mine, it might look better and have some clever ideas I didn't think of, or it could just not follow the design at all and spit out something that isn't even a LEGO minifigure. Only one way to find out. Let's see. Oh god, okay, interesting. A lot of details missing, a lot of the eyes. A lot more sigils going on in the chest than I expected. That's actually kind of a cool detail. Oh my god, okay, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot of details completely missing. That's not a dark orange hairpiece, that's clearly brown. It's kind of similar to the hairstyle described, but not really. It's missing the circuit detail on her right temple. Her eyes are, I don't know where they got those eyes from. Like, at no point did it specify that they weren't just traditional LEGO eyes. Why do they look like that? Oh my god, there's so much wrong with this. The arms are completely devoid of all printing. They're also just not the right color. The white undershirt is is a blue. It included the diamond pattern on the vest, and the vest is vaguely the right color. The utility belt on her waist is not there, it's just a regular belt. A fairly accurate looking LEGO belt, to give it some credit. There's no book or tome or anything in her left hand. This is actually like a completely different figure. Yeah, this is bad. This is a lot worse than I expected. I think we're good. We're safe. God, those eyes, why do they look like that? So yeah, let me know who you think won, and thanks for watching. Farewell.